Here to weigh in, we welcome host of Watchdog on Wall Street, Chris Markowski. Chris, thanks for joining us today. Chris, what do you think of these numbers?
Well, again, you go back a few months ago, it just seems like an eternity ago when we had unemployment at record low levels and across the spectrum, wages going up across the board. And we're looking at this today, and it's frustrating. I do believe, though, if we get past that point in time where we're going to get to July and we finally do away with the $600 a week federal unemployment, people will come off the sidelines. That's necessary. You actually have Republicans right now, in essence, offering a participation trophy, saying, hey, we'll give you a job, we'll give you a bonus if you actually go out and get a job. I think they want to make it some $1,200 or something to get people back to work. Most of the businesses that I'm speaking with are having a very, very difficult time filling positions right now.
Yeah, well, at least they want them to participate. The Democrats are willing to pay them not even to participate. They get a medal.
Well, they want to extend it to, they want to keep it going forever. I said, nobody's going to ever work. Everybody's just going to sit around and drink rosé all day and watch Netflix. It's insane.
That's right. And Netflix, by the way, at an all-time high. COVID it is picking up in some places in the country. Do you have any concern that that may truly affect our reopening efforts?
Well, I think that everyone needs to continue to be careful, but I'm not the slightest bit surprised by this. You just take a look at the amount of tests that we're giving now compared to ways a month and a half ago. Not to mention the fact that I live in New York. When things were spiraling out of control here and it was really dire, there was no way I could get a test unless I showed some sort of symptom. It was very, very difficult. In other places, and even right now in New York, you can get a test whenever you want. It's very easy. So there's certain areas of the country that may have passed that point in time. It probably was much, much worse as far as the people that were infected with COVID a couple months ago in New York, and now it's going to move elsewhere. I'm very happy to see the deaths continue to drop when it considers COVID, not to mention the fact that time spent in the hospital has been reduced, by an enormous degree right now. So people going in and they're coming out.
Yeah, you're right. Also, younger people seem to be getting it versus before. I guess the concern that I'm asking about is, for instance, in California, the state is asking Disney not to open Disneyland on time that they were going to reopen. The fact that Texas is asking hospitals not to perform elective surgeries because they want room available in the hospitals in the biggest cities there. I'm just wondering, at what point does it have true traction in affecting the economy?
What Texas is doing right now is they're basically slowing down. They're not stopping the reopening. They're not rolling anything back. The Disney thing, I don't want to sound like a conspiracy theorist or anything like that, but they had started a petition not long ago saying, hey, we don't want to go back to work. We're scared. They don't want to go back to work. Their white-collar workers are back at work, but the people that are wearing mouse ears in 98-degree weather, they don't make as much money doing that as they do on federal unemployment. So.
Yeah. Chris, I know that there's talk of a potential fourth stimulus package. Democrats want one thing. We hear about potential checks coming from the president or cuts. Won't that just hurt our economy down the road? And how's that going to help initially?
Again, we can go back and see in the past where we've written checks. I think, it's kind of up in the air what they're going to do now. I think the administration is kind of split down the middle in exactly what they want to do. I'm more of a supply side guy. I think you're going to see many businesses that are going under. You're going to see many empty storefronts. The more we can do to get capital into the hands of people that want to go out when this is over, build and create and hire people, the better off we're going to be. I think that's where the focus needs to be. I think we kind of almost want to put more money with the SBA and try to expand that and expedite loans to entrepreneurs that want to go out and build.
I've traveled and I know the planes are full, but I know not as many planes are flying. And I was curious how you picture it unfolding as far as people getting back, airlines getting back to normal, when that's going to happen. And when people are going to go to restaurants. I've been out, but I know that restaurants are still struggling because people are concerned about going out. And it seems like we need those things to kick in to really get back to normal.
Well, I can obviously anecdotal here where I live on Long Island, and they opened up outdoor seating a little while ago, and the weather's been absolutely beautiful here, and it's been packed. Very, very difficult to get in. Now this week they're opening up partially on the inside of restaurants. Many of the places, though, are not going to open up because they just can't afford it. You have a 200-seat restaurant, and you have to have spacing of 6 feet apart. You're down to 40 seats. You're in trouble. You can't make money. A lot of these places are just going to choose to wait the entire thing out. But for what I'm seeing is people want to be out and about.
Chris, where do you see us ending the year going into third and fourth quarter?
Wow, third and fourth quarter, we're going to keep our fingers crossed. I don't think it really could get much worse in the first 2 quarters of this year. So I have to try to be optimistic. I have 3 children. I want the world to be a better place.
Yeah.
And let's hope that we can get on the other side of this at some point in time. I'm kind of hoping that maybe the people can start to wisen up to some degree and start to see things for what they are. A lot of fake news out there, a lot of doom and gloom in regards to the country. And if we can put that aside and try to come together to some degree, I'll be happy in the third and fourth quarter. If I can just get that, I'll be thrilled.
Okay. We'll take that note, and we'll be optimistic, and we'll look for that V-shaped recovery, and everything will get back to normal as soon as possible. Chris, thank you so much for joining us.
You got it.